Welcome to Lanterns Live, the only live stream YouTube channel dedicated solely to Green Lantern. I'm Ralph, and I'm joined by Vactor from This Comic Cooks, amongst others. Feel the Force, Vactorverse, to discuss Green Lantern Corps number 10, which I just finished reading, and I have some questions about, which we'll get to. But this is a turning point for the series. This is the first issue of Green Lantern Corps that is solely written by Morgan Hampton, who has been up until this point working on the book with Jeremy Adams, former guest of the show. Jeremy Adams. I'm going to have to get Morgan on here. I'm excited for all of this. Like kind of, I don't even know if it's a new direction. I don't know if this is, Morgan's involvement with the story, like up until this point. What has Morgan been taking over? What's been planned ahead of time? I'm really curious to know. But I'll tell you this, like for me, this issue didn't feel like out of place. It didn't feel out of place with what we've been doing. So that's nice. Vactor, how have you been?
I have been excellent. And there's some type of infection that has been coming over me. It's a green infection where I've just been wanting to make Green Lantern shorts on my YouTube channel, and I want to talk about Green Lantern. Ralph has done it. I don't know how he did it. He has infected me with the lanternitis, where I just want to talk about Green Lantern. So this has been very fun for me this week. I've been thinking about Green Lantern a lot, and then to read this issue, it has been fantastic. So I'm doing good, Ralph. How are you?
Doing great. When was the last time you've done stuff for, and I'm subscribed, so I should probably know this, but Feel the Force. Is it Feel the Force?
Trust in the Force. Yes.
Trust in the Force. God dang it, I always get it wrong.
The end of Andor season 2. That was like the last episode.
Right.
I did a review, and I haven't posted on there since, and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about Star Wars.
It's the same with me. I just got off a live stream from my other show, Live Action Star Wars with James, about a little under an hour ago, and we hadn't talked about Star Wars since the end of Andor. And I think, like, here's the thing, like, Star Wars is like a cosmic space adventure, and it's kind of a little stagnant right now. There's a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer out there that's coming around in May, and I think that's the next thing coming up for Star Wars. And then the Ahsoka series is probably coming out sometime after that.
Yes.
So the sort of fervor for Star Wars isn't really there, which means we're not really getting our galactic cosmic space adventures, but you can get it at least like 3 or 4 times a month reading Green Lantern books. So do you think that's it? Do you think it's because there's not really a lot of Star Wars going on that you're getting your sort of your galactic adventures through Green Lantern?
I think that's definitely part of it, but I gotta say, you have been the main driving force for me getting excited about Green Lantern, because I've always liked Green Lantern, and it's always been like, oh yeah, you know, Hal Jordan, this is always the power ring, the fantasy of having constructs. It's always been something that I've enjoyed, but your enthusiasm and your excitement is what kind of is infectious. So like, I was watching your I was getting caught up on your other videos that you put out on Lanterns Live, and I was like, oh man, I'm excited about this section. There's this cosplayer, and this, like, all of these things are lining up for me. So yeah, I think the gap that Star Wars has left right now, the void, is being filled by Green Lantern. I think that is a great call out.
That's great. I've been having fun doing the channel. Like, again, ever since Superman, things have been sort of on an uptick as far as the character goes. We didn't get any more Green Lantern since Peacemaker season 1 premiere, or season 2 premiere, episode 1. But that, you know, things have kind of slowed down here a little bit, but what I've been doing is getting the page set up for when Lanterns comes around.
Ooh,
now, here's the thing. it sounds like Lanterns is showing up in early 2026 still. It sounds like it's still on track. Now, here's the deal. No matter what time it happens in 2026, around this time each year, HBO releases a sizzle reel of what's coming out in the upcoming year. So for 2025, on November 10th, 2024, they released a whole thing that's like, White Lotus and Righteous Gemstones and everything that was coming. Welcome to Derry. Is it Welcome to Derry?
Yes.
Everything gets like this like 3-minute long sizzle reel. Here's what's coming up in the coming year, and it's 3 seconds clips of like all the major shows that HBO wants to promote in the coming year. So last year, that was November 10th. It was a Sunday. So I'm hoping that maybe before this Sunday, it's mid-November, that we get our sizzle reel for 2026, and there's at least that 3-second clip of Lanterns. I'm really, really like hoping it happens, because what I've been doing lately with the channel is really working on it. I set up a new profile picture for myself, because I found that a lot of my favorite people that I follow, they don't have logos anymore. They started using their photos. So I went to my friend, got some photos taken. So now my avatar is a photo of me, because I want more people to become like familiar with me and my enthusiasm. So I figure I'm up there front and center. But I'm setting things up so that by the time Lanterns does come and things really start ramping up around those characters, that people are going to be able to find me and enjoy the show and come and visit. The new Discord I set up this week. I set up a Discord this week. It's in my links on my YouTube channel where it says, Linktree, Lanterns Live, and 4 other links. Like the Discord's in there. I need to start adding it to my show descriptions. I haven't done that yet. I should probably get that taken care of. But yeah, I want to like I'm everything's set in place. I believe. I have temporary thumbnail templates for anything they throw at us. So if they have a 3-second clip of Lanterns in an HBO sizzle reel, I have artwork that already says that.
Oh wow!
I'm ready to drop in a screenshot and be live within a minute of them dropping that.
Nice.
So I'm like definitely setting stuff up. I have artwork set up for it says like lifelong Green Lantern fan reacts to trailer for first time or something like that.
Nice.
I have that set up. I have a studio in the back end set up so that as soon as it drops, I can come on here, watch it with everybody live for the first time. So like I'm like just waiting for that to happen. I'm thinking by the end of this month we will get that 3-second chunk in the HBO sizzle, and then I think by the end of the year we should have at least a teaser trailer, because again, HBO sent it out to their backers, or their, what do you call those, the investors.
Yeah, right.
That Lanterns is still coming out early 2026, and for me, I did the math. It's 8 episodes, so if they don't want to overlap with Supergirl, May 1st is the cutoff as far as weeks leading up to Supergirl. So I'm gonna guess maybe February or March or April. I'll say March or April. I don't know what other shows are coming out from HBO that would conflict with Lanterns. As far as, because I'm assuming Lanterns will be on Sunday nights. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm like setting everything up. Like this channel has been around for about 1.5 years or so, and like you've seen things change. Like the background, the openings has gotten shorter. I don't like waiting for live streams. I don't like waiting through the countdowns of live streams, and so for me, I'm like, hit the bell icon. It'll let you know when I'm starting. I think you get like a half-hour buffer it says that Lanterns Live is going live in a half hour if you hit that bell notification. So I'm like, dude, I'm like ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. And as soon as I find out what nights Green Lantern is or Lanterns is showing, if it shows up at like 9 Pacific, it'll be the following morning. If it's like Peacemaker, where it shows up at 6 Pacific, I'll be on at like 7:15 that night.
Nice.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. So I'm hoping soon we get a release date, so I can start scheduling it and then scheduling guests. I know a couple people that want to do it. You're definitely on the list if you want to pop in after a show, and then it doesn't just have to be like a 2-way conversation. Like I can get Will in here. We've done that before, and just start really discussing this show. I'm fired up, man. I'm fired up.
Oh, it's getting close.
I've been doing something kind of funny. Like I've been going to like channels like Boba Talks. I've been watching a lot of Boba Talks lately.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Davis, go read some comics with Jenna. And there's a lot of like DC fan communities out there where I'm trying to make sure that I hit their live streams so that I could comment in there and they could pop my they could pop my comment on there. So I'm gonna show you real quick. Lanterns is the coolest. And I'm going to pop that in the chat. So like when they're doing their show, my avatar is a circle, but when they pop it open, you'll see the little Lanterns Live logo in the corner. And so that's what they're going to see. So now when they go to my page, they're like, that's the guy I saw from the picture. So I've been doing a lot of stuff like trying to hit live streams when they happen so that my comments can go up and people are like, I've seen that Lanterns guy talk before on this channel. Maybe I should go check out his page. So I'm hoping to build the community, piggyback off of other people. So I'm trying to do everything I can. I try to leave comments on your videos. I try to leave comments everywhere, DC related, especially like official DC stuff. Anytime they post anything Lanterns related, I try to get in there, be a highlighted top comment or something. And I'm just trying to spread the word as much as I can. So if anybody watching this really enjoys this channel, I encourage you to please help me out. Do the same on social media at Lanterns Live on Instagram. Everywhere but Twitter. Twitter, I didn't get the handle, but that's okay. You can follow me at Casino Skunk, and I've been posting Lantern stuff on there for my Twitter. So we're growing. We're growing. I want to be like the premier Green Lantern podcast out there so that I can get invited to like a premiere screening or something.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Yeah, it's been great to watch your growth, and I've really enjoyed seeing everything that you're doing. So keep it up, Ralph. I can't wait. Got some big things coming.
And then last week I did a non-announced live stream, and some folks showed up, and I think those folks for showing up, it means that they hit the bell icon and they're like, oh man, Ralph's on, let's go chat. So that's that. Like I'm fired up, dude. I really like the channel. I like I like streaming on this channel whenever I can. Monday I did my first ever members only live stream. So if you're subscribed like Vactor is to Lanterns Live, you get an exclusive video where I talk about that crew hat that I got that sort of caused some issues with my channel with WB. I mean, it was a weird time, but you're able to watch it as a replay. So like anybody who wants to know about that crew hat that's been making its way around the internet, hear it from me. I have unalived the $4.99 or the $5 tier. Now it is only 99 cents to join the monthly thing. I will do one member only live stream, at least one member only live stream a month. And you'll be able to go back and rewatch anything that you miss on the live stream. So I think it's a good time to become a member. The Discord is up and running. It's pretty cool. Like it was a pretty relaxed live stream. No one was really there while I was doing it live, but I think the information you got was kind of fun and cool, and definitely more casual than this, I'd say. And yeah, if folks come into that live stream, it's for members only. Like I went and I looked to see if there was ways around it, but no, if you click on that video on my channel, you're going to have to be a member to see it. So I'm going to do those monthly, if not more. So also you get member only posts and can help. Like if Vactor, if you have a subject that you want me to discuss on a member only live stream, let me know. Jeremy Kelly can let me know. Anybody else who signs up can let me know. So yeah. The membership's a lot of fun. So check that out. All right. I don't know if you have anything to say about any of that stuff, but we can get into the book if you'd like.
I would
Green
love
Lantern Corps
to.
number 10. Green Lantern Corps number 10. Written by Morgan Hampton. I have the art here because there's more than one artist on this issue, which is usually a sticking point for me.
Yes, I am also.
Let me pop this. Let me pop this open. Will Conrad, Guara, and Fernando Pasarin. Fernando Pasarin, who's been around since the early days, kind of the second person to come on board after Germanico on Green Lantern. And those are the three artists. And I'm just going to come out and say it. It was a little distracting. It was a little distracting for me. Usually when it comes to like multiple artists on a book, it'll mean there'll be like different stories and the artist takes over a segment. Yeah. So like I want to say that like the Kilowog segment was Guara, and Will Conrad and Fernando Pasarin took care of the others. But then I noticed the Kilowog kind of segment artwork getting into the main story too. It was like a cartoony thing. And for me, it was a little distracting.
It was the same for me. And there's actually another artist credited as well. Eau Claire Albert.
Eau Claire Albert is the inker. And Eau Claire Albert's been around might have been around since like the Jeff Johns days.
Ooh, okay.
Eau Claire Albert's like, he's been around a while. But I believe according to what is this page? League of Comic Geeks, Eau Claire Albert is the inker.
Okay, gotcha. I have the same reservations. It did distract me in this issue because, like you said, I'm used to an anthology where you're separating the artist into different stories. When it's jumping back and forth, to me, it's like, it feels like a fill-in. It feels like something wasn't right, and they didn't have enough time, and so it's like, all right, we got to spread the art out. So to me, it just felt a little disjointed because, like you said, the art styles they're not similar to each other. So it's not like
they're very different.
Artists that are realistic or artists that are cartoony, just doing it all the way throughout. They're kind of mixing and matching. And when you're in the middle of a story and you're going 50 miles an hour and then, you're going 30 miles an hour. It's like, you're just kind of disjointed. So I also got a little bit thrown off by that. So I had to bring down my rating overall of this issue because of that. I love the story itself, but
I was cool with the story. I enjoyed the Kilowog and Guy segments. I'm always a fan of seeing Kilowog in his element doing training.
Yes.
It's always fun. I love the recruits are, Kelly, Aya, Narf, and I forget. Oh my gosh, who was the other one? There's one more. Oh man, I'm a bad Green Lantern fan. I think I put it in my description. Yeah, what is her name? I think she's new to this series. She showed up earlier, but it's been
that we've seen before.
She's been in Green Lantern Corps, but she has like. Well, I put it in my description that I'm a fan, not an expert. So what happens is when I mess up like this, it gives everybody the opportunity to leave a comment.
Yes.
So this could just be me doing like comment bait. but put the name of that character. I mean, I can look it up after, but you might as well just tell me who it is.
Yeah, come on, tell us.
She was in this series earlier, but as these things come out, we're on issue 10, and issue 1 was 10 months ago,
Yeah.
and a lot's happened in
Plus,
the last 10 months. I don't know if you know
yeah.
this or not.
Plus the main Green
We've
Lantern
had
book, like, yeah,
yeah,
I've got a bunch of
yeah.
stuff in my head that I'm like, where is this from? Who is she from?
But
I'm the
anytime I
same
could
way.
see Kilowog doing training, I love it. It's something that I
Yes.
hope we see in Lanterns, because I feel like it would be sorely missed if it wasn't there. But what's fun about this is that Guy is in the mix. Guy interrupting Kilowog's training and just being Guy to these poor sort of new recruits who at least these guys, they know who Guy Gardner is. I don't think Aya shared any screen time with Guy in Green Lantern the animated series, so she might be new to Guy. A lot of these folks probably new to Guy. Narf definitely not new to Guy. But I enjoyed the story. It was a nice like B or C plot. I guess it would be a B plot. And it's a lot of fun. It's one of the things I like about Green Lantern Corps, the book, is that they're able to explore the inner workings of how the Corps works. And so for me, seeing training is always a plus for me, especially when it's like Aya, which so for me I thought was weird. I don't know if you thought this was weird, and I don't even know if we saw this, is Aya with a ring.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever seen Aya with a ring,
Hmm.
but I guess it
That's a
makes
good
sense.
call. Yeah.
I know she's basically a power battery, or she's made of pure will, but I don't know if she requires a ring to sort of focus that into one spot and do her
Yeah.
constructs and stuff like that. But she definitely had her ring taken away from her for the exercise, which I thought, the Kobayashi Maru of Green Lantern, the undefeatable test.
Yeah. What did they call
I
it?
thought was a lot of fun. I don't
Yeah.
remember the name. I literally read this like a few minutes ago, and I did
Yes.
not
The
remember.
Alita Zahir, which, yeah,
Yeah,
when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this is Kobayashi Maru. That was a lot of fun because that from Star Trek, and having that expectation. But yeah, like you said, she took the willpower out of Guy's ring. Like, she took the
yeah,
energy and was using it. So yeah, that is. I didn't even think about that. Her having a ring. I don't think
yeah.
I've ever. Yeah, in my memory, I don't have her
Right.
using the ring at all.
And speaking
But
of Green Lantern, the animated series, I'm glad to see that
ooh,
Razor has decided to stick with red. Like, it
hmm,
just looks so good. It looks so good on him. Um, so I mean, we need more scenes with them.
yeah, it
We
does feel like, yeah, going back home again after he was the Blue Lantern for so long. This is how we were introduced to him. Like, we know him as a Red Lantern from the animated show. So that
yeah,
was kind of fun to go back there.
yeah. Okay, so before we get into John Stewart, because I'm really excited to talk about John Stewart, because it was my favorite part of this issue. Um, yeah, is this new character Glenn?
Oh
Okay,
yes,
so we
yeah.
have Glenn, right? And here's Volk. I don't know if you're familiar with Volk, who I'm assuming this is Volk, has a volcano for a head, and it's a
I was
constant
wondering what that is. Like, why does
flow
he
of
look like an
lava.
explosion? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he was a main focus in Grant Morrison's run. Which,
Oh,
if you
okay.
really want
Okay.
a heavy, sort of
Yes.
dense Green Lantern story, Grant Morrison did about like
Ah,
12 issues or
dang
something,
it.
and
Yes.
it's just like jam packed full of like heady stuff, and
Which I love.
heavy sci-fi stuff too.
Yes. Yes.
So Volk is handing over this baby, right, to Glenn. Please take this baby to the infirmary. And here we have this character, Glenn, which this is the first time I'm seeing this character. 4 eyes, pink, and now it's covered in this goo, right? So that's
Hmm.
Glenn. And he's gonna take the baby, or they are gonna take, I'm gonna say they're gonna take the baby to the infirmary. And we cut to the next page where there's a purpley alien
Yeah.
that says, "Thank you, Glenn. because the last panel it said take this baby to the infirmary, and this baby grabs the ring off of this character, not Glenn, this character,
Yeah.
and overtakes the character, right? Okay. Overtakes the character. This goo baby now has it. Okay. The goo baby is now in the infirmary person, and this person over here is this other person with 4 eyes is Glenn. So what I got confused about is towards the end here, John Stewart, who we'll get into in a second, mentions that fatality is going to be, this is what John Stewart says. Green Lantern Glenn, okay, the 4 eyes guy, is going to accompany you on her mission, on Fatality's mission, which we'll get to. And here is Glenn, the 4-eyed alien, right? Okay. So then by the end, Fatality sees the infirmary alien and yells, Green Lantern Glenn, which is the 2-eyed purple alien. Is she calling out to Glenn? Or is this the different art style? No, because this is the infirmary. This is definitely the infirmary one.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at their costumes are different.
Their costumes are different, and this is definitely the infirmary guy. And she's saying Green Lantern Glenn.
Yeah. So that is confusing. I think now that I'm looking at it, she's calling out to him. Yeah. But that is definitely confusing because it looks like she's like calling him the corpse Glenn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she's like, hey, come in here.
But this guy starts unveiling his story, this goopy guy.
Yeah. Enquire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inquire. And I don't know.
I guess we're getting his origin next month.
So yes, because I need more information, because this is one thing that confused me. So this is the infirmary guy. We saw it go in the body, and now it's destroyed.
Yes.
But Glenn is somewhere on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Still?
Yes.
While this guy's like chatting there. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They could have made that more clear by giving the corpse guy a name.
Yeah.
That would have,
instead of just take it to the infirmary.
Right. And they're similar colors. Like it's like a pinkish purple.
Like a pinkish purple. Yeah. And you have different artists. So I'm like,
yes. Yep.
I don't know if there's it confused me. I got the basic idea. I understand that this goopy thing took over and destroyed the infirmary guy.
Yeah, go on. Oh,
but
man,
this,
we can't even give him a name.
This line, yeah, it confused me.
R.I.P. Nameless Lantern.
Yeah. So that was the one thing that I was like, confused me.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna let it ride. I think in a month things will be sorted out and I'll fully understand. But I think Glenn and the infirmary GL, 2 different people.
Yes.
She was yelling out to Glenn, but you think Glenn would show up and just be like, oh my gosh, there's a corpse here. Let's cool things out. Instead, this goopy alien is just like, I'm here. It's just the 2 of us.
Right.
Here's the plan. So I'm not sure. It was confusing. It was confusing to me.
I think next month.
I hope
they'll give us more context. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. That was confusing.
Okay. Let's talk about the return of John Stewart, or at least half of him.
Yes.
Another insane concept. Now, I didn't finish the Jeffrey Thorne run, and you were telling me that before we started going live is that maybe you were thinking about reading Jeffrey Thorne's run to sort of get more context. I feel the same. I feel like I need to catch up. I think I read about half of it before I gave up. But there's definitely some key stuff in there.
Yes.
We got basically from context clues in the previous issue where John and Kat Matui Like we got some context clues that they were there living together in the dark area, in the dark
Yes.
region on this like alternate planet,
Right.
this other world. So that was enough for me to understand. As I started reading this issue, I was like, okay, I'm a little bit lost, but the editor put in the editor's note where to get this story from. And it was like Green Lantern Horatio, Green Lantern.
Yes.
Yeah. So I need to go back and read that. There you go.
Yeah. I went on my DC Infinite and I was like, what? Let
Horatio.
me find this out. What is this? I think, and I was telling you this off mic. I think this was during the time when I had stopped reading comics like regularly. I was
Mhm.
still it was just kind of in the background. I was like aware of what was going on, but I wasn't reading individual issues. So I was like, oh man, I got to go back and fill in the gaps in between because this is, I think, this whole epic, like the story arc that they've been telling
Right.
for the last 5 years, I think has been great for all of these characters, all the Lanterns, but John in particular. I didn't know that he had been split up into a copy, and
I
this
didn't as
is
well.
the. So
I didn't as
it
well.
was funny
But I
because
feel like it was a
we both
reveal
talked
for
about that
this.
last time.
I feel like it was a reveal for this, but that he did split into two. But I need to go reread the Jeffrey Thorne's run and then pick up where I left off just to see like how that like shook out because it definitely intrigued me. I was like, okay, I understand like reading War Journal and reading some of Jeffrey Thorne's run, I understood the concept of Ellie being a construct
Mhm.
created in the form of his niece that is
Yes.
now sentient and like AI and on its own. I understand his mother and her voice coming out of John's ring. I understand that. And so this splitting in two is a new concept. It's like John's able to do all kinds of stuff I didn't know was possible. So I'm really, this is actually probably, this issue is probably the best commercial for Jeffrey Thorne's run of
Yes.
Green Lantern because I'm intrigued. I want to know like what the story is. And the fact that they're addressing Jeffrey Thorne's run um, leads me to believe that it wasn't a complete like waste of time. It wasn't like a bad book. They feel the need to be able to continue doing that because if they wanted to just dismiss that, they could have gotten rid of Ellie and they could have gotten
Right.
rid of the mom storyline and this whole split in two thing. It could have just been because when we started Green Lantern Corps and Green Lantern in back in 2023, it was just John Stewart.
Mm.
That being said, I really like how this was written because John is written in such a way where you like even though I don't know the full story of Jeffrey Thorne's run, John definitely felt different. He felt like he knew that he was missing something.
Yes.
Um, like when he puts on his uniform, he's like, "Oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting look." Like he immediately like it's unfamiliar. And so when he shows up to Oa, he's like, "This doesn't look right. Things don't look right." And it shows like there has been this passage of time over the course of however many years where this version of John has just been out of the loop, like enjoying his quiet life. And I like that concept of him being thrown back into the fray and then having fatality, which is a big character from like the 90s Green Lantern into the 2000s and then in Jeff Johns' run. So seeing him like being like, I'm not going to deal with this. I want nothing to do with Green Lanterns. I retired. I'm not even going to use the ring to fly back to Oa. I'm just going to take the ship and the ring's going to be in the back seat kicking. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Um, and annoy John Stewart. And he won't put on the ring. And so when he finds out that Fatality is one of these science cell people that basically defected when they opened up all the science cells, that brings him back in and he's like, okay, fine, just this once. And he puts on the ring, it's a new suit, and it's not going to be just this once. It's
Yes.
John Stewart. Look at that.
I
That's so great.
I
That's
thought that was
so great.
yeah, I thought that was great.
I
And
like the beard.
Yeah, a new
There's
look.
something
Yeah.
very the artwork, I will say, on John with the beard looks very much like Harold Perrineau from Lost. Like
Mm,
there's something about him,
yeah,
and I
I
don't
can
know if
see
that's
that.
just
Yeah.
me injecting Harold into the character as I read it. Like I did a fan casting in my head, and I'm like, okay, John Stewart in the comics is now being played by Harold Perrineau. Um, but
I could see
with the
that.
beard, he definitely looked like maybe like a season 2 Michael,
Yeah.
or yeah.
I didn't I
Um,
didn't get that as I was reading, but now that you say that, I could definitely see that.
I think it's the
Now,
longer hair and the beard, right? Like it's
yes. Now
yeah,
this John is like he's been hitting the gym a little bit. Harold, if he was gonna if he was gonna play the role, I
yeah.
think he'd have to train for a little bit. But
Is that from farming
yeah,
and plowing fields and stuff?
it
Like
also gave me that Thanos like that vibe where after Thanos had snapped and then he went off to do his farming and he's like living on the planet.
right,
That's what the vibe that it gave me 100%. But like you said, it's like that old trope of got to get back in the saddle. I got there every time I
yeah.
try to get out, they pull me back in.
It's like
That
Unforgiven,
yeah,
or any western where the old
yes,
retired gunslinger has to
yes,
come back into town. The
that was fun.
I listen, is I usually don't give like a lot of crap to these books because I just love them, and I know we started off a little like on the negative side, but I gotta say, like, with the different artwork and stuff, I can get over that. The different artists being jumbled around, I'm fine with that. But I gotta say, I really, really like this John story. Like I was in it. It was a little disappointing that the art changed during it, but like, listen, Morgan put a lot into this issue. We had almost every lantern. We got stuff with um, the Spectrum. Every member of the Spectrum in a board meeting. We got John Stewart. We got uh, uh, Kat Matui, Fatality. We got a little Larfleeze in there. Larfleeze is living on an island in Oa. They're just like kind of like, we kind of need you here because the batteries are here. But if you want an island all to yourself, it's yours. And he's like, oh, it's all mine. I'll totally take it. And so it's like one of those, like we still had Jess, we had Razor, Aya, Guy, we had pretty much had everybody but Kyle and Hal, um, which is like a lot, being able to juggle these characters. It can't be easy, but it was nice seeing pretty much everybody. I don't think Simon was there, but Simon's,
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah,
off the people that are on the cover, Joe, Simon, and
Joe was there a little bit. She was
oh, is she?
there. Yeah, when they're handing off the goopy baby,
Oh, okay.
Joe is
Okay.
there. She has like one or two lines.
Okay. So Simon
By
is
the
the
way,
big missing one.
yeah. By the way, last week I did an episode with Allison Troy, and
Yes.
we're talking about Green Lantern and where to pick back up on Green Lantern. She already got Far Sector. She got the Far Sector, the mini,
Oh,
like
okay.
anime
Yeah.
sized book,
Yeah. I love
and
those.
she's reading that. So I need to jump on that
Yeah.
and reread it so I can do an episode with her again.
Nice.
Um, uh, I, I I think Joe is a great character, and I'm glad she's made it from that the Young Animals series and brought into the main continuity of Green Lantern.
Yes.
I think Jeffrey Thorne did that. So
Nice.
as much as
Yeah.
I sort of like don't give credit to Jeffrey Thorne, he has done good, and I think I'm going to go back and reread and continue finishing off his storyline because I do like that he brought in Joe into the regular
Yes.
continuity.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, John's out there. He says he's just going to be here for this one mission. He gets Fatality. He sends him off with who we believe is Glenn, to go on this mission to go help out, or to go to Zhangxi, I believe is the name of.
Mhm.
I've never heard it said out loud. I only
Yeah.
know seen how it's
That's
read
how I
or
pronounce it.
spelled.
Yeah.
In the dark version, in the dark area or the dark regions, of space because there's another version of that planet. And so basically, she's going to be escorted with Glenn, but Goopy Man, who I already forgot, Equil,
And
forget,
Inquar.
Enquar. Okay, I'm going
Yeah.
to remember that. So Enquar's like, hey, you hate the Green Lanterns because they blew up your planet, or your planet blew up under John Stewart's watch. I hate the Green Lanterns too. So what do you
Yes.
say we just joyride around the universe and start creating havoc for them?
Yes.
And so this is, I think, as far as the mix-up goes, whatever. I was confused, and maybe we'll get clarification later. But I do like the idea of Fatality back in the fold with this new character who's just like, I'm gonna go. Let's go tool around and just wreak havoc on the GLs.
Yes.
It sounds like a fun storyline. I think there's a lot of fun stuff. I hope we get to continue to see Kilowog's training.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm ready for a Aya Razor book or a
Ooh.
mini series, just a mini
Yeah.
series. Like, let's do it.
Yes. I
Right?
would 100% read that. Yes. And I think the fandom is growing, and I think as more and more time goes on, the Green Lantern animated series, especially with adding it to these comics, I think the people who are reaching it, or who are being reached for the first time, are growing, and the demand, I think, is going to be there for, hey, we want more stories with these characters. So yeah, that would be a great call.
Yeah, and I mean, it'll be great if you pop on the first episode of Green Lantern animated series and you get Razor, Kilowog, Hal, and then you get the voice of Aya. So it's
Yes.
all nice. Those characters are right there in the start, so you'll be able to really like already have like some sort of sense of who these people are going into that series.
Yep.
And then you'll get just like some of the best Green Lantern storytelling in that show to stick around, and then you'll be sad after that 26 episodes done. You'll be sad, and you'll be like, oh, okay. So yeah, it's great to see those characters in the books. Do you have any other thoughts on John's story? It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
For me.
I think this is a good transitionary book from what, like, just the last issue's cliffhanger of, hey, he's alive. Like, this version is still out there. He's still here. This is the aftermath of the Starbreaker Supremacy, all of these new recruits being trained in Kilowog's Core Academy, and then setting up. It's like, this is a good bridge from what was happening in the last crossover into what the new storyline is going to be. And they did a great job of setting up John Stewart's, like, hey, we're pulling him back in. I have no notes for this one. Like I said, I just had a lot of fun with all the setup.
I feel like with the absence of Kyle and Hal in this story, it's showing like, hey, this may now center around John a little bit more, which I like, especially this version of John who's been away for a while.
Yes.
And coming back, not only coming back into a new Green Lantern Corps, but coming back into a system that includes all of the power batteries and everybody sitting at the table. Sinestro's yellow again, Razor's red. We have Ellie is blue. Like, we have everybody there. Jessica's sort of overseeing this sort of kind of round table, these Knights of the Round Table. So he's coming into something really, really weird. And for me, like, I'm a dude who like worked for a company, left for 10 years, came back, and everything was different. And so I know what that's like, you know, dealing with new management, an older person dealing with like now the younger recruits, because I mean, Jess is fairly new, Razor's like a new, like, these are all people that have been created, except for Sinestro. These are all people that have been created like within the last like 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that's interesting to see how John is back at this familiar place, but is now a fish out of water.
Yes.
So it's like, I think it's an interesting take. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I want to see how much Morgan deviates from the regular Green Lantern book by Jeremy Adams. Obviously, they're sticking together. Obviously, I assume, much like Jeff Johns and Peter Tomasi, have a plan for when they want to sort of guide things into events, crossover events.
That makes sense.
It's a really good relationship. Jeremy Adams and Morgan Hampton have been knocking out of the park on Green Lantern Corps through 9 issues, and I don't see any sort of drop in quality moving forward with Green Lantern Corps. I'm really excited for Morgan Hampton. I kind of have a lot of questions for him about the book, and I should probably invite him on. Probably invite him on to chat about all this stuff, because I'm sure he can verify things like still in touch with Jeremy Adams. We still have a plan. I'm assuming that's all happening. It's just they're splitting the load as far as writing duties go. And I think I'm excited that I don't know if there was anything messy in Green Lantern Corps in the last 9 issues that could have been fixed by having a single focused dedicated writer. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking it might be a thing. It might be a thing where maybe both books feel more focused. Not that I had any issues before, but I'm wondering if we're going to get, this singular vision, if the characters are going to really, really shine.
That's a good
having the creative team split off like Jon Stewart's doppelganger.
Yes. Yeah, that is a good point. And I think this is also a good kind of illustration of Stan Lee had this quote about every comic is someone's first comic. And so you don't necessarily have to have read all these back issues, even though you and I are, I think, going to go back and read some of the older stuff. But if you have a good storyteller, they can catch you up on what's going on, and moving forward, you kind of know where to jump in the stream, and you know when to jump in the pool. I think this is a good starting point, even if you haven't been reading Green Lantern. If you've been away for a while and come back, I think, like John, you're jumping back in and you're getting caught up and you're getting the context clues of what's been happening. And,
exactly. Like if this was your first comic ever and you're like, this guy said he's split in 2, that sounds like comic book nonsense that I've heard before. I'm just going to go with it. As a comic reader, I'm just going to go for it. Kay has a question. Any recent stories with Ron Vidar or Sodom Yat? Sodom Yat, we haven't heard from either of them. Sodom Yat, I believe, is still in a sun.
Oh,
he went into a sun to reignite it, and I believe Sodom Yat's still there.
Dang.
I could be wrong. But I haven't seen or heard from them in a while. It's been since I think Jeff Johns' run since we've heard from them.
Dang.
But it is fun. I was really surprised to see Volk, VOLC, the volcano Green Lantern. Listen, dude, I highly recommend you just look up Grant Morrison Volk, VOLC, and just look at the drawings. They're amazing. He's got that low collar like Kilowog, and whatever you call this part of your body, from your shoulders up to your neck. It's literally rocks in a volcano, and it has a little explosion coming out of the top, like a mushroom cloud. With the mushroom cloud has in the sort of smoky lines that are drawn, you could see a little happy face. Nice. The Grant Morrison was super high concept. I highly recommend it. I might read Jeffrey Thorne's run first, just so I can sort of get more context on the story that we're currently dealing with. I think I could get through it by next month. But if you're done with that and you want to read something just nutty Green Lantern, weird cosmic psychedelic Silver Age stuff, check out Grant Morrison. And Liam Sharp's artwork is great. Liam Sharp does different artwork for different issues. Some of it looks like a pulpy old Silver Age comic, or then he'll do stuff that looks like Conan the Barbarian. It's just it's high concept after high concept. Each issue has a basic through line, but it's mostly like these weird individual standalone things. I might have to reread that as well, just because it was so out there. I wasn't the biggest fan at the time because I wanted, what we're getting out of this current run. I wanted more Larfleeze and the power batteries and the spectrum and all that stuff, but we never really got that in Grant Morrison's run. But I think as a piece of Green Lantern history, it's a fun little side quest. That's a ton of fun.
I had started it, but I never finished it. I need to go back and
it's nuts. It's a lot. It's a lot of reading. And as me, I can read comic books, but I'm not much of a book reader.
Right.
And it's just like pages of just text.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like
it's all deep thought. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, Hal does punch stuff.
That doesn't sound like fun to me. But I was also thinking about Mogo the other day, and I was thinking about, man, when Mogo was created, like Alan Moore was just thinking, okay, what's the wildest, weirdest Green Lantern I could think of? I feel that I'm getting that same vibe with Volk. Like, oh, he's a volcano. His head is a volcano. Like, what? So
that's the Grant Morrison run. That's what it feels like. Is that?
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that
for sure. Yeah. There was a Silver Age book, which I moved to my shelf. There was a Silver Age book that had like the mystery of the living planet, and it was just about a living planet, and it wasn't, I don't believe it was called Mogo. And I think Alan Moore may have been like, maybe he was catching up on his Green Lantern before he started writing the Green Lantern Corps and stuff, and probably was like, a living planet, huh? Well, if a planet could be alive, then what if I gave them a power ring? I love that wild stuff.
Yeah.
I just talked to Stevie recently about Rotlop Fan, the lantern, the lantern that comes from a part of space with zero light, and the creation of the F sharp bell lantern core. And she's like, what is that thing? And I'm like, he's got a bell instead of a Green Lantern logo and uses sound instead of light. And I love the weird, deep lore. And I told her, I'm like, Rotlop Fan is in the movie, like one of the background Green Lanterns, and it cracked me up. And so I ended up watching this thing about Rotlop Fan, and it brought up all of that Alan Moore stuff, and like every page was like Chaselon and Larvox and Salak and all these weird aliens. So I find it really fun that you can do anything, and that might be an issue with what I had with Green Lantern Corps 10 is when you can literally do anything, including make a volcano-headed sentient alien. Why does the infirmary guy have to look so close to Glenn? I'm like, so it was a little bit like, even if like the infirmary alien, like his skin was blue, like anything that showed me like these are not the same guy,
right,
that would be fine. But for the most part, hey, listen, I'm excited. Morgan Hampton, all in. I'm all in on Morgan Hampton. I'm hoping that the art is more consistent next time, or if you do multiple artists, just have them stick to their specific storylines, because I was okay with the Kilowog artwork, but when that artist started doing the John Stewart story, I'm like, okay, it's too jarring when you go from one page of the characters, you turn the page and they look completely different. But other than that, I think I sorted out the Glenn stuff and the infirmary thing. Other than that, I really enjoyed this issue. I don't do ratings, but I'd say like a 3.5 or 4 out of 5, something like that. But the John storyline is where it was at. I really loved it, and I can't wait to see where that goes. Any final thoughts before we do plugs?
I just think, like I said, I think it's a great bridge of the crossover that we just finished up, and then whatever's coming next. I'm in for all of these stories, and that's why I like this Green Lantern Corps book. I like following all of these different avenues and different lanterns and seeing what their different stories are. So that would be cool. Make it an anthology book, or like separate the artists, or just have one artist throughout. So
Yeah, I'm excited. In a couple weeks we have um, Green Lantern. I think it's 29. But on Monday, I'll be covering not Green Lantern, Justice League Red, which is where Simon Baz is hanging out.
Yes.
On Monday, I'll be doing that one. And then fingers crossed that we get some sort of sizzle from HBO.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready for it. And I swear, if that 3 seconds is just those two guys walking down that stinking road, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad. We're all tired of posting the same picture. Let's get something new in there. I want to see a ring. I want to see something glow. Or a power battery or something, anything that's like not just those two guys walking down the road. Fingers crossed. I'm going to put on my blue ring for the next week to make sure that happens.
Yes.
Vector, where can people find you?
On TikTok or YouTube, you can just search for This Comic Cooks, and you'll find all of the different character breakdowns that I've been doing. Like I said, recently, I've been on a lantern kick. So I
did a whole thing on John.
Yes, I did a whole John Stewart. I'm doing Simon Baz. Oh, I did Simon Baz today. I'm sorry. I'm like, where am I? I'm doing Simon Baz. I put out Simon Baz today. I'm doing Jessica Cruz tomorrow. So I'm going down the list. I'm trying to do a spotlight on each lantern. So This Comic Cooks on YouTube and TikTok.
All right. Thanks for everybody for joining me in the chat. Consider subscribing as a member. Now it's only 99 cents and you get the live streams, at least one live stream a month just for the members. If I feel like doing more, I'll do more. But I will promise that I will get one. I'm thinking the next one's going to be on December 10th. I'm thinking I'm doing the second the second Monday of every month. I think that's what I planned on based on where I started this past week. So I look forward to that. Seeing you over there. You'll get badges and emojis and live streams. And don't forget to check out the Discord, which I will put in the description below, or just check it up at the in the links above. Cool. Thank you, everybody. We'll see in a week when I cover I forget. The Justice League Red 4. Yeah. They don't have a good cover that I can use for a thumbnail. It's driving me nuts. Like I can't find a really good, like one of the covers just says cover redacted. And then one of the, I think it's just like a fun thing. And then the other one is like they're real tiny. I like to make Simon Baz the focus of the artwork, and he's like this big on the page. So when the book comes out, I'll grab a page of artwork of Simon and then use that as the cover art. But for now, it's like Simon from a previous issue, like just from a panel. Anyway, that doesn't matter. You don't need to know that. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Until next time, beware my podcast. It's Lanterns Live. Bye.